Hello everyone, welcome back to the FPL Family YouTube channel with me, Lee, and this is Sam. Exciting news, Sam!
I know!
Exciting news! We haven't had a new version of FPL for a very long time.
Not since draft, right?
First of all, I'm new to it, so I've just seen the announcement. I don't really know what's going on. Am I right to call it a new version of the game? Is it a plug-in to what we do week to week, or is it something totally new? Tell us.
Well, it's exciting actually, because in many ways it does plug into what we already do. It uses the same player prices, the same positions, everything about it is the same.
Player prices as they were at the beginning of the season, or today?
As they are today. And as players rise and fall in price, that will obviously also affect you in FPL Challenge in the same way that it does in actual FPL.
FPL Challenge. I love the name.
I know, it's great.
Right.
But it will be in addition to the game. So in the same way that FPL Draft sits in the app, you'll be able to click on FPL Challenge and it will take you to a separate page just for that game. Which is really exciting. So it does mean that if you're having a terrible FPL season...
Yeah.
This is like a whole new challenge, right?
Challenge.
Yeah, a bit like the Second Chance League was after the World Cup last year. But even bigger than that, if you are sitting at home with your family who don't play FPL and you try to persuade them all season, perfect opportunity, right? To try this game, get them used to the format and the way that it's played, and then bring them into the main game.
But what if I am having a good season? Because I am having quite a good season.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
What if I am having a good season? It just I can still do that?
Absolutely.
And I can just do challenge as well.
Yeah, and for you, it's even better in some ways, right? Because you know who the best picks are in FPL because you're having a cracking season as it is. Yeah. So you can just build your team. But the key difference is that every single week you're building a brand new team. So it's like having a free hit each and every week.
Okay, so there's less kind of strategy and future planning.
Don't worry about the future.
So it's
all about the present.
The here and now. It's all about this game week. This sounds like the sort of game where I could win a lot of hearts and minds at work. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's the sort of thing you could take into the office and just be like, do you play FPL? And they're like, and so many people at my work are just like, I play, but I haven't looked at it for a couple of weeks. Or
absolutely.
I did at the beginning and now I kind of... It's like, well, play challenge.
Play challenge,
because now
absolutely.
You can just get straight in the app. Doesn't matter whether you haven't looked at your FPL team for 6 months.
Yeah.
Get in there, pick a team for this week.
Yeah.
Look at what the criteria is for this week. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
And let's just play against each other this week.
Absolutely. Because FPL Challenge, you can still have mini leagues in the same way that you do for the main game. You can still do all the fun stuff that you want to do in the FPL game. But there's just added complications with Challenge. So each week...
Tell me about these complications. This is the bit I actually quite like.
I love it, right? So each week you're going to log into Challenge and you're just going to see a blank template. So you won't see your squad of 15 that you had from the previous week. You'll just see...
It's got nothing to do with your FPL team. Your like actual FPL team.
No, they will still exist in the FPL app. Yeah. You'll go to FPL and you'll be able to do that. In the same way that if you've got a draft team as well, you can go to draft and you can see your draft team. You'll go into Challenge, you'll see a blank template until you pick your team for that week. Every single week between now and the end of the season, there'll be a different challenge.
Yeah.
So for game week 30, it's unlimited budget. You can have whoever you want, and it doesn't matter how much they cost you. So you want to have all of the premium assets, go for it.
Do you know what though? The one thing I will say is that it feels like putting a free hit together, which usually is quite exciting. But based on what we experienced a couple of weeks ago, I'm not entirely sure I want to go through that again. But I will because I do like the sound of this game, and that the idea of just seeing 15 sort of grey shirts, and then you could just go in and pick who you want. Budget-wise, I've still got 100 million to play with.
So you've got 100 million to play with normally. The one difference, though, for Game Week 30 is that it's unlimited budget. That's the challenge. So this week, there is no budget. You can have whoever you want. So you want to pick all of the most expensive players in the game. You want Haaland and KDB. You want Saka. You want Son. You want all of these premium assets. Yeah. You can. And if you spend 120 million, that's fine.
Right.
But for the majority of weeks... there is £100 million budget, and that's what you have to spend.
So every week there is a new challenge criteria.
That's right.
And this week, Game Week 30, the launch week, the challenge is unlimited budget.
Yeah. So for example, the challenge for Game Week 31 is going to be that the forwards in the game all get double the points.
All right.
So you've got to pick your
three captains, basically.
So you've got to pick your forwards really carefully that week.
Okay.
But you're going to have to do that within 100 million. because the budget is back.
That's making me want to go and look at the Game Week 31 fit. In fact, let's have a look.
But even better than this, right? Some weeks, and this is the ones I love the most, for some weeks, when there's a really big game on, a derby game, the challenge is the players from that derby game score double. So in Game Week 32, it's Manchester United versus Liverpool. You pick your Manchester United and Liverpool assets and they count double.
Nice.
So that's really important. And the other massive challenge in FPL, you can pick 3 players from each team.
Yeah.
In challenge, you can pick 5.
Ooh,
so
okay.
On that week...
right. So in Game Week 32, it's 5 Liverpool, 5 Man U.
Right. And then you pick 1 player from some other team.
What if you fancy, let's just say, Liverpool to exact revenge from the FA Cup? Would you go 5 Liverpool and then you could go no United?
You absolutely could. So, and again,
but that's risky.
This is part of your strategy, right?
Okay.
So what I love about it is, one, it allows you to, on the weeks where, like, for you, that game week, you're going to be like, right, I want 5 Liverpool.
Yeah.
For the likes of me, maybe I'm going to be looking at that going, do I hedge my bets?
You go 5 United and we're going to fall out.
Do I go...
Telling you.
Do I go for defenders? Do I go for all strikers? Because am I assuming that they're kind of going to score goals?
Yeah,
there's all strategies to play. But for Game Week 30, and I think we'll concentrate there for a minute, it's unlimited budget.
I want to talk about the 3 strikers I'm having in Game Week 31.
I bet you do. Well,
Liverpool versus Sheffield United.
Yeah, so Darwin.
So here's my question. So I have 3 forwards in Game Week 31, and they're all going to get me double because that's the challenge.
So if all they do is play, they're going to get you 4.
Okay, so they're all going to get double points. Do I choose a captain as well? So if I choose to captain Nunes that week, would he get quadruple points? Am I like, what's going on here? Quadruple captain Darwin, what's going on?
So I actually don't know the answer to that question.
I won't catch you up.
That's the one question I wasn't expecting you to ask me, actually. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think for that challenge week, so forwards and doubles, forward scored double, which effectively means you can get 4 captaincy scores from your front man.
So you have 3 captains rather than 1 captain that could get like quadruple points. You have 3 captains.
No, because it also says in this little handy note guide that I've got.
You're about to blow my mind. Don't blow my mind.
Forward score double, which effectively means you can get 4 captain scores from the 3 men front line if you hand one of them the armband.
So you are telling me I could have quadruple points Darwin Núñez Game Week 31 against Sheffield United at home?
That'd make your life, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Let's go. Right, we've got... never mind Game Week 30. We'll get to that. Game Week 31, quadruple Núñez. That's happening. Arsenal at home to Luton. Gabby Jesus.
Yeah.
Would you have him?
Sure.
I think you probably have him. Solanke, Palace at home.
Uh-huh.
Who else?
What are you doing with Haaland?
Villa at home. Yeah, you probably would have Haaland there, wouldn't you? You'd be, well...
I mean, you can't have the forward scoring double and not
I can't... If you're going to challenge me week to week, I'm not going to waste my quadruple... I'm going to call it quadruple captain. I'm not going to waste my quadruple captain on someone that's not called Darwin Núñez. I'm definitely doing that.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying that your front 3, they're all going to score double points for whatever they do. So you obviously give one of them the armband, but sure, but you're going to have Haaland as part of it. You don't have to give him the armband, but he's going to be there.
There actually could be a world where I don't have Darwin Núñez in my FPL team for Game Week 31.
But your challenge life is loving it.
Because right now, I'm looking at my team and I'm planning ahead. I'm doing all the things I do in FPL.
Yeah.
And I watch this space, but I don't think I'm going to have Núñez for 31. I might have Salah, but I don't Núñez. But I'm going to have quadruple Núñez in my challenge team. I absolutely love it.
What I love about this is that you can do that, right? So for that week, you can bring in Darwin Núñez. You can have him.
Whoever you want.
You can do what you like.
Love it.
But then, and next week, actually, maybe you still want him because that's the week of the Reds rivalry. That's the week with Manchester United versus Liverpool doubling. So you might still want to have him in, but you will have to actually bring him back in.
Yeah.
And of course, this is going to get harder week by week because this week, Salah costs you 13.1 or whatever he costs you. By the time we get to that Reds week, he's going to probably be costing you like 13.5. So we are going to have to carefully consider who we have and how we're spending that budget. But the fact...
Except in Game Week 30.
Except in Game Week 30.
Because the challenge in Game Week 30 is have who you want.
Yes. It's very much like the unlimited. For those of you that play Champions League Fantasy, this is very much like the Limitless chip in Champions League Fantasy. So you have a week in that where you can just have unlimited
money.
Yes. And that's effectively what we've got going on in Game Week 30.
Do you know what, though? That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because everyone, like... again, go back to my work. They'll be like banging in Salah and Haaland and Saka and all that.
What about likes of Cole Palmer?
Fulham, Sheffield United away in Game Week 30. Just saying, Muniz, he's like the cheapest striker, one of the cheapest strikers in the game. Could do quite well. You've got your Palmers and your Gustas from Chelsea who've got Burnley at home in Game Week 30. So
you're going to have to think quite carefully about.
It's not a case of just banging in all the premiums. You actually, the reality is, you could put a very decent team together for under 100 mil. Is the reality.
Yeah.
So that's the game then, right? So that's the game. So every week, clean slate every week.
Clean slate.
There's a new rule every week.
A new challenge.
A new challenge every week.
Yeah.
And so far, what we know, and future game weeks will be announced, but what we know so far is game week 30, the launch game week, is limitless.
Unlimited budget.
However much budget you want, you can use below 100 or above 100, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Game week 31, which I'm now going to call quadruple Nunes week. is your 3 forwards get double points.
Yes, forward
and
score double.
If you captain one of them, they get quadruple points.
Forward score double. I mean, they've actually got to do something, of course.
Darwin against Sheffield United. Of course he's good.
Yes, but that is 31. But you will be limited on budget to 100 million.
That's okay, because we're going to have Darwin. And in 32, remind me, what's the challenge in 32?
Red rivalry. So it's
the red rivalry.
It's Manchester United versus Liverpool.
Unreal.
The players from those teams count double.
And you can pick more than 3.
5.
Every
week you can pick 5 per team. So
so not just in the Man United Liverpool week.
Every week. So you want to be so you want to go 5 Spurs against Luton, you do it. You want to go 5 Fulham, you go for it.
Wait. Are you telling me in 31 I could have this is like dreamland for me. I could have McAllister, Salah, Gakpo, Trent,
do you mean in
Van Dijk and quadruple Nunes?
Yes.
It's like a Liverpool fan dream. Home to Sheffield United.
But you could also have them, and if you want, you can buy them all back again for Red Rivalry the week after, and they'll all count double for you.
Because that's the point. That's it, isn't it? Because at the end of that game week, they all disappear. If you want them back for 32, which you will do, because they're all going to be doubling,
you buy them
or they'll
back
get
again.
double points. Same with the United players. That game week 32, that's interesting, isn't it? You're not gonna not have all Liverpool Man U, are you? Probably.
Yeah, but that's 10 spots of your 11.
10 spots, yeah.
Is there 5 Man United players currently that you'd want?
Wow, this is the interesting thing, isn't it?
Is there 5 Liverpool players that you'd really want? Given the fixture and given there's some other really nice fixtures, you're going to have to think quite carefully about your strategy. If you're brand new, if you've never played FPL before and you're brand new to challenge, then the immediate thing you're going to do is go, right, just go 5 from each side.
Yeah.
If you are an FPL player, you're probably also going to look at the other fixtures and go, do I want 5 from each side?
Yeah.
Or should I be going, okay, these are the 3, like Darwin, Salah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to add a Luis Diaz or someone in there.
Diaz, I forgot about him, yeah.
And then maybe you're looking at Manchester United and going, okay, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll go for a Rashford or a Bruno. Maybe I want to go on actually, but maybe I'm at 6. Okay. Maybe I'm at 7 across the 2 sides.
Yeah,
because actually there are some other really good assets. And it's going to be part of your strategy is going to be working out, do you take the 5 that are on offer?
Yeah.
Or
do you back the Liverpool win and go all in Liverpool?
Do you go all
the United win and go all in United?
Yeah. And what I love about this is that there's going to be prizes. There's going to be prizes.
You've kept that until right at the end of the video.
There's going to be prizes. There are going to be prizes. There are going to be weekly prizes for the challenge. If you win the challenge, you'll get week. There's prizes.
I want Darwin Nunes turning up at my house. If I quadruple him in 31.
I don't think that's the prize.
Can you imagine? Cheers, Darwin.
Just Darwin, literally. I mean, he will be going up on the wall, wouldn't he, if he was doing really well. But I love challenge. This is something that I think is really exciting.
You can't just say the word prizes.
Well, I just think it'll be the similar sort of prizes to what we get in FPL.
Nice.
So we're going to have weekly prizes. You're going to have the ability to join your favourite content creator mini league. So there's going to be an FPL Family challenge mini league that you guys can join. And we'll obviously share the details of that in due course. But you can join your mini leagues. You can set up mini leagues with your friends so you can look at how the challenges are going and you can see that week by week. I think this is such an exciting element to the game because for me, this is like it's having
re-engage a lot of managers, isn't it? A lot of managers that have kind of gone, oh yeah, I'm sort of playing or whatever, but it's gonna help people get back into the game, I think.
But also, I wish this existed 2 seasons ago when I was trying to teach Max, our little one, about FPL, because actually FPL, when you're a kid, you've got to commit to it, right?
You don't really want a forward plan either. And Max is not bothered about what's happening in 4 weeks.
And he wants to pick his favourite players, right? And what I love about Challenge is I can sit there with him and I go, right, dude, this week...
Get the kids involved.
It's unlimited budget. Like, this, I'm going to get Evie involved in this because I think this is the perfect opportunity for her to be able to play. Because she keeps saying she wants to, but she's got there would be no understanding of her of how to engage properly in FPL yet. But what a great in this is because I can go, here we go. This is the challenge. How many of these players do you want? And she can pick her favourite players and next week they're out and new ones come back in again. I think it's a great opportunity for us to bring new players into the game. I think it's a great opportunity, like you say, to re-engage people that have played FPL before but maybe have had a poor season or just have lost interest. But I also think it's a lot of fun for us. Like, this is something that we're always... in the weeds, aren't we? Thinking about what am I doing with 34 in the doubles? I can't just think about who's the best team for 30 because I've got to think about 34. I've got to think about 35. I've got to think about my bench boost. Challenge, no, none of that. I can just think about the here and the now and whether I want to give.
Well, we'll be doing both is the reality. I'm not going to be doing this instead of FPL. I'll be doing it as well as FPL.
But that's what's great about Challenge is that you can, for a minute, you can just go, right, my wildcard team, I'm coming back to you shortly, but I'm coming over here to have a little bit of fun with Darwin Núñez and all of these Liverpool assets that I'm bringing in for that Red Rivalry week. Or I'm coming over here to fill my team with the most expensive players in the game. And then I'll come back to you to focus on that a bit later.
Nice. All right. Well, listen, last question before we go, Sam. Do we know what's happening from game week 30? What's the challenge from 33 onwards, or is that coming?
There will be new challenges announced on a weekly basis. Every week there'll be a new challenge announced that tells you what's happening that week.
Get on Twitter at official FPL.
So follow official FPL on Twitter. Obviously keep abreast in the app because that's where you're going to find FPL challenge. Keep your eyes on that. And as we get towards game week 33, you'll get an announcement of the 33 challenge and so forth between now and the end of the season. And also remember that this is in beta mode. It's still developing, ready for the new season. So it's very exciting.
Nice. And as well as at official FPL, obviously at FPL Family on Instagram and on Twitter as well. I keep calling it Twitter. We've got to go X, haven't we, I suppose. On X as well, because we will be retweeting a load of stuff. You'll see our challenge teams. You will see quadruple Núñez in game week 31. There's absolutely no question of it. So keep your eyes peeled on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And enjoy the game. It's there to be enjoyed, I think. FPL.
Let's have fun.
Sometimes we take FPL a bit too seriously. But we take FPL a bit too seriously.
But I'm going to beat you in challenge.
But challenge is going to be a lot of... I can just see it being a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
When you've got 5 Liverpool and I've got 5 different Liverpool, and mine do better.
Right. If you get 5 United in game week 32, we're done. I might be the end of the channel. Guys,
keep watching for that, guys.
Enjoy FPL Challenge. Let us know in the comments how you get on with Challenge. If you like it, if you don't, give us some feedback. Let us know in the comments what you think of Challenge. And I want to hear from you if you are quadrupling Núñez in 31. It's definitely going to happen.
You're obsessed with this.
It's definitely going to happen. Cheers, guys. See you on the next video.
Bye, everyone.